going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Monday. We have 7 games today, starting at 7 o'clock tonight, so let's get started. As always, appreciate you guys hit the like button down below, subscribe if you have not already, and if you want updates, you can check out Twitter. It's at the DFS process, and let's get started with the picks. So looking at the point guard options, we have some big questionable pieces here. We have James Harden is questionable with his hamstring injury. They're going up against the Knicks. He's 10-9, so if he plays, it probably wouldn't. I mean, he's not a must-play, but if he plays and they happen to keep Kyrie out, Kyrie's on a back-to-back. We know they like to do some interesting things with Kyrie Irving all season, so we'll have to see on the Brooklyn news. And if VanVleet is questionable, if he misses, then you would see Malachi Flynn be a great value play at 3,500. Also, Terrence Davis would be another great value play at 3,600 if there's no VanVleet. So we'll have to keep an eye on that news. And then John Wall's already been ruled out. There's already ruled out SGA, already ruled out Kyle Lowry. Then D'Angelo Russell is doubtful. Ricky Rubio is doubtful. Dort is, I think, haven't had his status yet. I would assume questionable for Dort. He's missed at least a few games in a row now, like 4 or 5. And then Jalen Noel is doubtful for Monday, so that would open up a lot of minutes for Mclaughlin, who played like 40 minutes last game. So that is a lot of the main pieces of news to look at on the point guard position. Looking at the guys I'm looking at, if there is no Beal, you can go back to Westbrook. He's been poor the last couple of games. Like, they haven't been able to stay in the games. He's 11-1. I hope Beal plays today because I don't really want to play Westbrook again. I don't really want to play Luka either against the Jazz. And then Kyrie is 10K, so I don't really think you need to go to him. I love De'Aaron Fox. 9,200 is my favorite point guard option of the slate. Against the Timberwolves, this game should be super fast-paced. Should be very high scoring. Fox playing huge minutes, taking a ton of shots. 24-20 his last 2 games, 18-18-24. Super aggressive. He gets you assists, can get you some rebounds. We know he's known for getting steals. That's why his nickname is Swiper. So love De'Aaron Fox today at $9,200. Looks like a great option today. Probably can drop 50, maybe 60. Other point guard options that look appealing to me are like Anthony Edwards. I probably play him at small forward because he's not really a point guard, and I would rather use my point guard spot on a guy that can get me some more assists and get me like a guy that will handle the ball a lot. Edwards, if there's no Beasley again, he looks even better, but I don't think Beasley will play today. I think he is probably been listed as at least questionable. He might be doubtful. Take a look at Beasley. He's doubtful, so that is a good sign for Edwards to continue to get huge minutes and get a lot more usage. So I love Edwards. That game is the top game to target on the slate right now. Maybe if we get some Toronto pieces out, maybe if we get like Beal out again, you can look to Washington, Toronto. But right now, I love the Sacramento-Minnesota game. Other plays at point guard, I think you could go down here. Like, I'm not really looking at Sexton or Kevin Porter or DeJounte. In the 6K range, you can look to Halliburton at 65. You can go in the 5K range for like Teo Maledon. He's a super interesting player to roster. He can like win you tournaments, and then he can also like kill you. Shot 1 of 12 after a 10 of 18 performance. After that was before that, he shot 3 of 16. So he has a good shooting game like every once in a while, like every other day it seems. Hopefully this is the day against Detroit. He's cheap. They are not going to have Isaiah Roby, so just one less piece in the rotation. Like him at 5,600 against Detroit. And then Jordan Mclaughlin is going to be another piece that you want to get to. Only $4,400. He's affordable. He played 42 minutes last game against Philly, and you'll see a lot of minutes today with Ricky Rubio doubtful, Beasley doubtful, and as well as the backup point guard Jalen Noel, who's also doubtful. So you'll see a ton of minutes for Mclaughlin. He's got to be in my lineup. Shooting guard, looking at Kyrie at 10K. I'm not looking at him in terms of DFS. I don't really want to go to Beal or Donovan Mitchell. Both guys are above 9K. Devin Booker is 9K against Houston. He dropped like 45 against the Bulls 2 games ago. But this is still a very high price tag for Booker. We haven't seen him at this 9K price tag at all, really, this season, and I don't think I need to go to him today. I like Trent if there is no VanVleet. He's been playing really good for the team. You'll get a lot more shots and some more usage. I like Halliburton at 6,500. Buddy Hield looks good at 59. If you wanted to stack this game up, it looks like a great stack game. And then you have Diallo going up against his former team, $5,200. They already ruled out Ellington for rest, and then they could be without Magruder. So could see Diallo get some extra minutes today against his former team. Maybe he looks appealing. And then you have like Sterling Brown. Looks fine. I like some other value today. And then it's Avery Bradley, 3,600. Probably gets you like 20 plus minutes, but he's not a very fun player to roster. I'd rather go to like Terrence Davis if there is no Van Fleet today at 3,600. Small forward, looking at Edwards, one of my favorites at the position at 76. You have DeRozan also is in play at 8,200 bucks. Grant is 7,200. He's been really down recently. He's had one good game, like in his last like handful. I don't really want to pay 7K plus for him, just because they play a lot of guys. And last time they got the coach Casey pulled all the starters like 3 minutes into the game because they were down big, like right out of the gate. So there's always some risk with Detroit, especially with like guys that are expensive. I'd rather go with some of the cheaper plays on the team. And then not really looking at any of these guys in the 6K range besides Gary Trent if there's no Van Fleet. I like Buddy Hield in the 5K range. I like Pokubeski, 5,300. He'll probably move down a position, play some more power forward with no Roby, and that will just help him get some more rebounds. He's been shooting a lot. Like him and Maladon shoot like close to 30, 35, 40 times combined every single game, and both of them have been struggling at times, but they both can shoot the ball well from distance, every once in a while. And Pokubeski against Detroit, we could see him have at least a decent game. He's still 5,300, so he doesn't need to do much to hit you 6x value. And so at that small forward, you're getting like a power forward option, so I think he is appealing. I like him more than Kenrich Williams. Like Sadiq Bey, I probably like Diallo and Pokubeski a little bit more than him. Josh Jackson, almost 5K. Probably start again. His minutes are still up and down, but could see him play a little bit better. Tonight after, played really bad last game. And then it's Terrence Davis has a value play. Bertans 36. If his minutes limit gets up a little bit to like 25, he could be appealing. Power forward, it's like Randall's all the way up to 96. It's a good spot against Brooklyn, but I don't think I want to pay that much for him. I'd much rather go to Pascal Siakam. Assuming that there is no Van Fleet, or even if there is Van Fleet, you could play Siakam. He's 8,500. He's going up against Washington. It's just such a good spot. I mean, there's nobody that can slow Siakam down if he wants to drive in the paint here. Like matched up against their centers are like Alex Len, Robin Lopez. Lopez had a good game last time out, but in terms of power forward, he would be matched up against, if there is no Rui, like Bertans. Not a very good defender, and you can even have his way against like Avdija, Denny Avdija, and whoever else they throw in there at the power forward mix. I like Siakam's chances. He also can play some center. OG is up to 72. He's been playing really well. If there is no Van Fleet, he could consider him, but I'd rather go up to Pascal if I had to pick between those two. And then Kristaps questionable. Hopefully he plays. He's 8,400. You could go to Boban if there is no Porzingis today. Boban against Gobert could be fun, but I will definitely go with Siakam's one of my favorites. Rui is haven't had his status updated yet. We'll have to see on his news. And then it's like Kelly Olynyk, I think, is appealing. Like Daniel House left the game after he played just a few minutes yesterday. I don't think he'll play on a back-to-back set. Let's see what happened. He suffered a sprained ankle. He played 11 minutes, left the game. And then you saw Kelly Olynyk start the second half in his place. He's a guy that can get hot from the field and shooting. He will shoot a lot. There are a lot of shots to be had on this team and a lot of minutes to be had. If they decide to be a little bit cautious with Christian Wood on a back-to-back, you could see Kelly Olynyk play a little bit more. And 58 right now, I think he is worth the price. We might get some better value play. We might get some more news later in the day that makes some other plays look better. But right now, I don't mind getting to him. Put him in at center if you wanted to, or at the forward spot. And then there is no Roby, so that would make Pokubeski look a lot better at 5,300 bucks. And for value at the position, it's maybe like Bertans 3,600. And then that's kind of the main guys to look at. I don't know, Hernan Gomez might get some more minutes today with some of these injuries. Not really been in the mix, so that is disappointing because he was fun to roster at times over the past few years. Center, it's Cat at the top 10-6. Great spot against Sacramento if we wanted to pay all the way up for him. He looks to be the best bend up. And then you have, I don't think I want to go to Randall or Christian Wood at those price tags. Gobert looks good at 79 if you wanted to go to him against Dallas. And then OG is now center eligible, which is pretty wild. I wouldn't play him at center. I'd rather use like an actual center at that spot. You have Porto's been playing out of his mind recently. He's been great for the Spurs ever since they stopped playing LaMarcus Aldridge. We've seen Porto play great and play big minutes for the team. He's going up against Cleveland. He looks appealing if you wanted to pay $6,900 for him. And then it's like Chris Boucher, 59, he looks appealing anyways, but if there's no Van Fleet, he looks even better. Just go get some more minutes and just some more shots. If we look to Aldridge, if there is no Harden again today, he would get some more usage. And those are the main pieces to look at. I don't think you need to go to Len or Hartenstein on this type of slate. Yeah, I don't think you need to go to him. And then I like McLaughlin as my guard here at $4,400. And then last but not least, in the forward spot, going with like another semi value play here. If you wanted to go cheap at the position, you have like Bertans 36. If you wanted to go all the way down, Terrence Davis is $3,600. If you wanted to go to him as a value play, and then you can maybe look to like we can pay up a little bit in the 4 and 5K range here for like a Diallo, Pokuveski at $5,300. Go ahead and put him in for now. Select the price tag on him. Without Roby, I think you'll get some extra minutes in like over 30. He's already been playing over 30, but maybe like 35 minutes today. We'll get some more rebounds going over to power forward, and it's against Detroit, against Grant, but I don't think he'll be defended by Grant. So hopefully he gets some good looks. Hopefully he makes his shots because you know he's going to take them. And 53 isn't, you don't need that much to hit value, so we'll go ahead and put him in. And that's basically it for the DK side. These are the 6 pieces I like as of now. Looking a lot at this Sacramento-Minnesota game, as you should. And then waiting for some value pieces to open up, possibly in that Washington-Toronto game with Van Fleet and Beal. So that's it for the video. Let's look at FanDuel. On FanDuel here, starting off at point guard, it's Westbrook is 11K. Be dependent on Bradley Beal news. Luka is 10-3. You can take a shot if you wanted to, but I like Fox today, just based on the matchup at $9,300. Go ahead and put him in. He's one of my favorites on the slate. You can go cheaper and go with like a Chris Paul at 7,400, or you have like Maladon at 5,500 in the 5K range, 4K range. You have potential value, but main guy is going to be Mclaughlin at $4,600 to take a shot with him, and that's kind of it. So a few pieces I'm looking at. Fox is going to be the guy that I really want to get to. Shooting guard, it's Mitchell's 88, so I don't think I'll go to him at that price tag. I'd rather go to like Booker, a little bit cheaper, maybe go to DeRozan, but I just love Edwards. Matchup is just so good. He should take a ton of shots, as he has been, and recently he's been hitting his shots. He's been shooting over 40%. Last 3 or 4 games, he's had a couple of over 50% shooting games in there, so he looks really appealing in this type of matchup. And then you can go to Halliburton, Diallo for some value. Trent as another value piece, 5,400. He's been playing great. And it's kind of it. You can look to Josh Jackson as another value piece. Small forward, it's OG is the most expensive guy, assuming there is no Durant. So this position as a whole, you would expect, is not that strong. So I would consider OG. He's been playing great anyways. Looks good without Lowry. Looks even better if there's no Van Fleet. But he looks appealing just because he's affordable at only $5,800. And then you have some guys in the 4K range that are really cheap, like Kenrich Williams, Jeff Green, if there's no James Harden, and Sadiq Bey is only $4,400. So Bey looks pretty appealing just based on that price tag. But if you wanted to pay up a bit, I would just go ahead and put in OG. He's been playing really well. And there's a good shot, like probably Van Fleet doesn't play today. Power forward, Randall's 9K, so he looks a lot better than he does on DraftKings. You have Siakam is 87 if you wanted to go to him. And if there's no Van Fleet and Lowry, then Siakam would be like the best pay up at the position, I would say, and maybe on the slate. Even though he's not super expensive, 87 is probably the price tag where he should be. But the matchup is really good against Washington. They play fast. They turn the ball over at a high rate. So you get some blocks, you can get some steals. And all in all, like you should get some extra usage if there's no Van Fleet for the entire game. Then you can look to Jeremy Grant as 64. He looks appealing. Like they price him on FanDuel, so you always have to be interested at that price tag. Then I look Pokuveski at 5,500. And you have like McDaniels at 5,100. And you have Kevin Love as just 4,600. He might get like up to 25 minutes a day. But those are the main pieces. And then center, you have Cat is $11,000, so he's really expensive. This is a great spot if you wanted to pay up for him. If not, you can look to like Pardo at 71. Look in the 6K range for Moses Brown. Not having Roby will just give him some extra minutes at center. And then you have Kelly Olynyk 53, and you have Chris Boucher at 5K. I like Boucher at the price tag. You could go Olynyk if you wanted to, but Boucher is only $5,000. They could play big today if there is no Van Fleet, and they could start Boucher alongside Siakam, or even if he comes off the bench, like he'll probably get you at least 25 minutes if there is no Van Fleet, just because they don't have that many bodies, and they'll probably just have to play some bigger lineups out there. It's a really good spot if he does play. Like Russell Westbrook loves to drive. He can get some blocks on Westbrook. He could get a ton of rebounding opportunities with this type of fast-paced game, and he's just a really explosive player. Anytime he gets minutes, he's really productive. So hopefully he gets those minutes today. Just because the matchup is really, really good. And the price tag on FanDuel is really appealing considering that you get those extra bonuses for blocks and steals, which he does get a lot of. And that is pretty much it for the video. So thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight, and I'll catch you all next time.